So Sam.Gov is the main portal to register your business, find government contracts, see who won. It is the main place to go for all of that. Changes have been made, so we're going to jump into it. First and foremost, the whole notion of uploading, putting together your capability statement, let's put that on the back burner because they're revamping that. So this is Sam.Gov. So what you see here, let's go to the beginning. The screen itself it looks about the same color. Everything looks pretty much the same. However, you'll notice that there isn't anything on here pertaining to Apex. They mention how the site is free. They're also letting you know that there are some changes, okay? So nothing too wild. All you have to do is go to contracting, advanced search. But let's take a look. Let's go back a second. So when you go here, they now have get contract opportunities help. So they're pushing you to go to grants.gov, which I don't really know why they're doing that. Because what are you getting? You want to know what you're getting? I'll show you. I'll read to you what it says. It says, find opportunities by NAICS. If you're looking for federal financial assistance opportunities, go to grants.gov. But then when you go to grants.gov, you see this lady who's overly ecstatic and how to apply for grants. Okay, but these are typically grants for a city, a township to assist with something, not grants so that you can pay your bills and grow your business. So grants.gov, they're highlighting this page only because they apparently want you to go here. I don't know. Maybe somebody at grants.gov needs to justify their job and they want to determine how many people go here. But as you can see, the types of grants, the type of opportunities here, collaboration through C-SIPA, celebrating America's 250th. You see, nothing here is around give me business money so I can pay bills and grow my business, right? There's nothing here on that. So we're going to go back. One of the things that's really interesting about government contracting, and that is there's always a change with platforms. There's always a change with technology. So then you have to ask yourself, are you willing to adapt or not? There may not always be a YouTube video or help on something. That's part of being a business owner. So when it comes to Sam.gov, they do have get contract data help, get subcontract reports. Okay, well, I mean, there's really not too much here that's going to really help you win an opportunity. This is not where I would spend my time. On Sam.gov, here's what I suggest. Contracting, advanced search. And when you're here, let's look at things due in the next week, okay? So there's a few things. Let's look at drills and accessories. That's what we're taking a look at right now. So you can see it's changed. Before, it had a different look and feel. On your phone, you'll notice that it looks the way it used to look. So this is the new setup. So you have the title, the notice date, the type of opportunity, the date it's due. But here's what's annoying. They don't list the time it's due. Did anybody else notice that? There's a time that things are due, and they don't list that. So maybe somebody will take a gander and look into changing that. They also have a little sidebar, which, I mean, okay, great. But I don't really find it helpful. And then you see this, and it's like, oh, great, got this stupid error message. Okay, how do I get around that? Download all. So what I'm going to do is switch screens for everyone here. So instead, you simply download the attachment and you'll see the VA is conducting a sources sought. So this means that they're looking for somebody to provide this. It's voluntary. You don't have to submit. that, hey, what we collect will impact this. They're using this NAICS code. So here are some things to take away. Number one, if you're interested in this, make sure you have 339112 in your SAM profile. Number two, if you have a GSA schedule or contract, please make sure you mention that. Next, all capabilities must be emailed to Joseph, to Joseph. And then they're letting you know it's request for information. So for those of you who are a service-disabled business, a veteran-owned small business, if you're able to gain access to surgical drills, from what I understand, depending if this is dental surgical or I'm not really sure, I am very well aware that there's a bit of a maybe red tape, things of that nature, depending where some medical providers are hesitant to provide, or they will only provide said drills to a medical provider. Okay? So I want to give that as a preface. That aside, if you're the type of person who's like, I don't care, I want to look into this anyways, I would respond to this if I was veteran owned. I would respond to this if you have some type of connection to obtain medical products. Okay? So what they're wanting to know, and then also going back up here, because I know one of the comments said, I see when it's due. Yeah, it's in the attachment. It's due at noon. It's due August 7th at noon. And what they're looking for is for you to say, yes, I can obtain all of these products. I can get them. It would be great if you could submit them within 2 weeks. Contract award. They want new equipment. Nobody's trying to get any old drills. You're responsible for shipping, transportation, installation, all of the things. So if you're able to do this, and you would want to include a letter from this manufacturer stating, hey, I have permission from XYZ drill manufacturer to resell these to you. It also comes with a 1-year warranty. That way, they're not guessing. They know. You have permission to provide them. You can provide them in 2 weeks. You're going to honor the warranty. You can do it. So that's that in a nutshell. But let's go back to actual Sam.Gov. So you'll see here that now you have to open attachments to find out when things are due. Another thing is you can log in. So one of the benefits of logging in is you can instantly download the items, the different attachments. The other benefit, type yes if you see add entry. Type yes if you see add entry. So what I'm doing is adding my company as an interested vendor. So let me scroll down so you can see it. So I added my company as an interested vendor. And you can see this is me. I'm logged in, right? You see? Which is also key because many people who want to help you and talk to you about government contracts, I dare them to show you this screen because they probably don't have it. The benefit of adding this is it's just you proclaiming that you're interested. You don't have to add this. It's not required. It's just you putting it out there. So sometimes a government contracting officer may see this and reach out. Because remember, this is a sources sought. We're going to take a look at some other opportunities here. See what happens. Well, you can see I tried to go back and it was like, nope. It didn't like that. Sometimes it happens. Okay, great. Owen said he received phone calls about the opportunity government subs hotels. I think that's beautiful. And that's what's great about this is it increases networking, your options, different organizations, people you can get connected to. So we're going to do next week. This time, solicitation, combined solicitation. We're not even going to look at his set aside. So since lodging was brought up, so you see I follow it, no results. Some of these you can add yourself as an interested vendor. Some of them, they don't want you to do that. So you see here, this is due the 5th. And because they moved the deadline, we gotta get in here. Okay. So questions and answers should be here. Do you guys see an attachment that says question and answers? Okay. This is the first thing you want to look at, and I'll share this one in a second. How many questions do you all think were asked in the questions and answers? So based on this Q&A alone, what's really nice about Sam.Gov, because you have the changes to Sam.Gov, is by logging in, we instantly are able to download the attachments. We instantly found out you use that zip code 05403 for one property for hotels. So let me show you. You go to this website, and you can put in the zip code to get per diem. Here's what's important. Per the opportunity, it's September through December. What's tricky is these are 2 different per diem dates. So part of them is going to be a little tricky. But for the sake of this video, we're at least getting something, right? Because from October to December, the rates would be higher. But you can see for this zip code, this is what the lodging rate is. You see that word? You see that word? Excluding taxes. So it would be, because it said 2025. So we're looking at $202 a month for lodging. Well, right now, let me toggle back. So you can see here that they need lodging September, December. Okay, so they need October, and then you got to open the attachment to see exactly what they want. Okay, it's due at 3 p.m. because remember, they no longer put the date on here, which is so ridiculous. So now you got to open an attachment. Okay, and you can contact Master Sergeant Kristen Lucy if you want. They're in Vermont. And as was stated in the comments, the question and answers I jumped to first because I need to get an idea of what are people asking, how many people potentially are bidding. And like you said, like Sandra, she saw 31 pages. Yeah, unless it's something I can easily put together, I'm going to probably avoid it. It gives me a really good idea of what's going on. And let me say this, with every one of you watching live or the replay, there's no reason you shouldn't bid on this. You put a nice little markup on it. The only thing is you're going to have to be able to pay for the rooms. Build a relationship, build rapport. Ask the hotel to give you a 30-day net, meaning 30 days to pay them. So this isn't some foreign thing. I mean, listen, if any of you watched anything about the P. Diddy trial in the oil, this man for one room was charged $40,000 because of damage. So you're telling me a person can be charged $40,000 for hotel damage, but a hotel can't work with you on terms? Stop. Think bigger. Stop thinking like an employee. Think like an entrepreneur. This is a beautiful opportunity, and it shows you how you can take advantage of Sam.Gov. If you don't take advantage of Sam.Gov, you're just letting money go away. You log in, you can easily see the attachments. You can look at interested vendors if that feature's triggered. You don't have to log in. There are times I don't want to log in. I just don't. And so as a result, I'll go and download all of the attachments as a folder. So you can see here, as long as you have the available Word, Microsoft, things like that, here you go. So they need 30 doubles, 15 singles, 60 doubles. So they're telling you right now, we know that at least in September, the rate is $202 minus tax. We know that. We know that without a doubt. Is this something that seems very doable to you? As you're pondering, I'm going to now open up instructions to offerers because this type of information is always here. And for this particular opportunity, it is as a PDF. So it's due the 5th at 3 p.m. Eastern time. You see, they're telling you exactly what they want. You're not tax exempt. Always keep that in mind. You are not tax exempt. Sometimes they will work with you, but just remember, you're not tax exempt unless you have a tax exempt form from permission from Vermont. On GSA's website, it's 202 minus tax. So you have to email Kristen, and then right here should be unclassified, compatible with Microsoft 2013, Microsoft Excel. So they want you to use these price quote I just saw, and they want you to label everything as the solicitation number. And they want you to make sure you have your name, address, and phone number. All of the documents shall be electronic, nothing password protected. So let's just start right here. Right here, many of you are going to lose a contract for failure to follow instructions. And I say this with a little bit of angst because it saddens me. It saddens me that we live in this society where it's kind of like, whatever. They're telling you what to do. So if you don't do this, then they're going to be like, what kind of hotel are they going to get us? So don't do that. Have the mentality of like, what a blessing, what an honor. I want this client, okay? They want you to prepare the information. How are you going to make it happen? Past performance, price, cover letter, technical, not to exceed 3 pages. They want some past performance and the quote. Past performance, okay, in case you're like, well, I've never done this before. Ask for the past performance of the hotel. Have you ever Airbnb'd? That's past performance. Have you had a rental property? That's past performance. Have you subleased? That's past performance. You got to think creatively and get outside of that box. Get outside of that worker mentality and be creative, okay? And technical response, you just go on ChatGPT. Explain how you're going to do it. But none of this is possible without really understanding the new version of Sam.Gov. So what we're going to do, solicitation, combined solicitation. You see everything here. You can tell this is me. I'm signed in. So woman-owned. How many woman-owned opportunities are due? When it comes to women-owned opportunities, this is a viable one. And what's key is I'm logged into Sam.gov. They no longer put when it's due. You're going to have to open the attachments to find out which time. And for this particular opportunity, you can add a vendor. That's my company. These are 2 other companies. So you can see Emily, Brenda. So if you're like, oh, wow, I would love to partner with Emily or Brenda, here you go. Their contact information is there. The same goes for you, okay? The same goes for you. If you were to express that you're interested, your contact information will apply. It's there. It's all there. Okay, so you can see the attachments are here. You can click download all, and what you end up getting is a zipped folder. What I like to do is just take a look at kind of what they're looking for. This is for bureaus of prison. It looked like they wanted some kind of assessment, refining interview methods. The thing is, since this is woman-owned, I kind of suspect they already know who they want. But as far as if this is of interest to you, by all means, take a look. Take a look. So we're going to go back to what else they had. So they have a Trusted Care Heroes program, admin support. Oh, this is a good one. So you see again, the date that it's due is not listed. Woman-owned small business. Do you see which NAICS code? 541611. There's a lot going on with this one. You know, with all of these attachments, I'm kind of, seems icky. It's a lot going on for this. There's a lot here. So you can easily download all of these if you want by clicking download all. What I like to do is look at the most recent document. So you can see it's from the 31st. It's Amendment 3, clarification of question and answer. So I'll just show it to you. One of the things that's really nice about the streamlining is you do have a nice snapshot. However, the fact that you have to dig deep to find out what time it's due is very frustrating. Maybe they'll clarify. So there's management assistance, 45 hours per week, 10-page minimum, or max, it looks like. 8 hours, okay? And here's what's interesting. Oh, Kizzy, you always need past performance. You see right here, if a vendor chooses to include past performance. So it looks like past performance isn't even required. If you all see that, type yes. Type yes. If you see past performance, it seems like it's not required. So they want you to use 10-point New Roman times New Roman. This is another thing. Following instruction. Don't use Arial. Don't use that new Instagram font they have. Please don't do that. Okay? Extension's not going to be awarded. Now, let me know. Did you all know that? Did you know you could ask for an extension? Did you know that you could ask for an extension when working on a solicitation? If you did, type yes. It doesn't mean you're going to be granted this, but you can ask. So this looks like a juicy one. I'm going to dig a little deeper into here, y'all. It looks like there was another Q&A document. Their naming convention's intriguing. Wow. Okay, wow. So we have 59 questions. That's not too disconcerting. I want to show you. The reason that I'm showing you that I'm going to show you the Q&A is because Sam.Gov is the #1 place to find opportunities and to win them. And by knowing these changes, it's best to log in. It's great to see that now you have to dig deeper in the attachments to find out the time. Follow the instructions. If it says Times New Roman, if it states to type the solicitation number on your document. I know this may seem like, really, Kizzy, why are you telling us this? Because the mistakes happen. I've even been guilty of this and lost out. Several years ago, I lost out on this billion-dollar contract vehicle because I didn't have things that were signed. So this comes from a place of knowing that things can easily be overlooked. So going back to this particular opportunity, this is a woman-owned small business opportunity that's due. Well, we gotta see when it's due. You gotta take a look at that. If you want to win work, follow instructions. You want to win work, lean into the changes in Sam.Gov. If you want to win work, keep coming back. Keep watching the videos. Invest in yourself. CMMCs is something we cover in our coaching. It says the level is not required, but what's great is at least to have a self-certified level done, which would be good. They're evaluating based on technical ability. Great. They're telling you where. What I want to know is how many people. And I don't think that I see what's happening. It looks like you already have to have a facility security clearance. They're not going to sponsor you. So for something like this, and it's woman-owned, chances are they already know who they want. I would say that they do. Anytime you see a DD 254, unless you have a facility security clearance, time to throw that away. So let's go back. Let's keep moving on. I'm going to go over one more thing. So let's take a look at this one. Okay, this is not Indian set aside. So this one is a woman-owned small business set aside. So if that's you find somebody who meets the speech pathology requirements, you look them up on the internet, you get a copy of their resume, you ask for past performance, and bing, bang, boom, you submit. It's that simple. For me, staffing somebody who provides those type of services is not too complex. For me. For you, who knows? For when I look at this, I look at it like I have an understanding. Now, if this is some super complex IT initiative, so what you have to ask yourself, how much risk do you want to take? I'm the kind of person where it doesn't matter the opportunity, I'm going to make it work. There are opportunities I don't bid on. I don't bid on priests. I don't bid on other topics like that. So, but you have to ask yourself. So the cons are, if things go sideways and you're not tapped into that area, it can be difficult. The pros are, it opens you up to other areas because most people are scared. Most people are very scared, very doubtful, just don't want to take a chance because society doesn't reward that. When you first start your business, people big you up, people support you. Oh my God, that's amazing. I'm so proud of you. That's great. I know you're going to do it. I know you got it. I'm so proud, get it. And then as you're doing it, what do you mean you can't hang out? What do you mean you can't watch Netflix or YouTube or go to the club or hang out with me or go to the birthday party? What do you mean you're not going to hang out with your family? Then people get upset that you're spending time working on your dreams than being mediocre. So only you can answer that question. Only you can. Glenn, okay, they don't respond back to you. Also, as you all can see here, I have total small business. I'm going to do deadline let's do next week. Some people like to look early. Some people like to look late. It doesn't matter when you look. What matters is you're doing it. Here's another lodging one. We just went over one. There's over 1,000 opportunities. So you're telling me every single one of you can't bid on one of these? Of course you can. Why not? You all know what's going on with those American Eagle jeans. So why can't you bid on this? You all know about that CEO and his HR lady. Why can't you bid on this? There's a reason you can't bid on these things. It's like you got to do it on your time. Some people are like, oh, well, I'm married, I have kids. Well, I interviewed Daisy. She's married and she has kids. She does it. But does that mean that's for you? No, not necessarily. What matters is when you are ready. Okay, I love and adore you. I'm going to just go back to working on a few things. Have an amazing evening. Take care. Everything is possible. Bye, y'all.